guys, welcome back to another video. Let's just jump straight into what this video is about. Okay, so Pixi was so kindly gifted me this massive content. This is part of their Pixi Pretty collaboration in their big collection. Let's open this up and show you that it's full of content. It's actually pretty heavy as well, so just bear with. I haven't worked out in a while. It is just full of content. Pixi actually reached out to, I think it's 4 influencers that they want to work with. I think they do this yearly, and they set up the Pixi Pretty collaboration, and they get involved with influencers and they create pieces of makeup that the influencer would maybe like or like to try out or like to use, and they kind of work together and create a little Pixi Pretties line, and then they send them out to people who are on their PR list. And I'm so lucky because I'm on Pixi's PR list that I received one of these, and I'm going to test it out today. I'm going to do full face, well not full face because I've already got my foundation and concealer on, but everything else is going to be Pixi related. So I've just taken out all of the palettes out of this massive big box so I can now pop this to the side because this is heavy. Oh. Okay, big box out the way, let's move on to what these products actually are. So the influencers that Pixi collaborated with was Makeup by Denise, Tina Young, Louise Rowe and Promise Tamang, and they've all kind of created like a little bit where you Pixi have put together, and you can actually kind of do like a full face of makeup just using Pixi, obviously apart from a base. But if you don't use like base makeup or like foundation and concealer and stuff, then you are good to go. You can actually do a full face of makeup just from these 4 palettes here. So I actually received these palettes, I think it was in July of last year, but I've just been so lazy, please forgive me guys, that this box has just been sat in the corner of my room, and I've been eyeballing it for some time going, I need to do a video with these products, but I just haven't got myself around to doing it. I don't know what, just lately I've just given myself a big old kick up the arse and been like, let's film this video that you've been meaning to do for ages. So this video probably should have went up about 6 months ago, but it hasn't. It's now. Better late than never though, guys, yeah? Right. First up is Promise Tamang, and she has created this contour palette. Promise Tamang is a makeup artist, and she always wants clients and other people to experiment. So this is why this contour palette is actually really quite cool, because it has got different kind of shades in there. Doesn't matter what colour you are, there will be a colour in here for you. And they've also got some like neutral colours here, which is kind of like a highlighting palette as well, so, and a shimmer right in the middle here. So this actual palette will be really good, you know, if you're like travelling anywhere and you can just pop highlighters in there as long with your contours as well. It is really quite handy this to have, so I'm quite on board, and I love a good powder contour. I'm not too into cream contours. Powder for me is just, it just works best for my skin type, I think. So I'm really happy to get on board with this palette. Makeup by Denise has created a cute highlighting palette, and Denise always likes to make people glow from the inside and out, which is why a highlight palette for her would be perfect, because you've got all them different kind of colours. And do you know what I quite like about highlighting is that you could actually use some of these as an eyeshadow. Like I think this would be a really cute eyeshadow colour, you know, if you're doing a bit of a like a spotlight look. You've got your neutrals down here, all up to your darker, your golds and your more dramatic colours at the top. But there are colours here that would suit every type of skin tone, and it's just versatile. Like this is makeup for everybody, guys. Tina Young has created an eyeshadow palette, and if you've ever seen any of Tina's videos, you'll know that she likes stepping out of her comfort zone, which is why there are some very daring colours in this palette. Especially these up here, top row colours are pretty daring, and they will definitely get you out of your comfort zone. If that is more for you, if not, then neutrals down the bottom are more safe, and they are absolutely stunning colours in here where you can transition from autumn to spring to summer to winter with this one eyeshadow palette, which I really like. They are just a nice good range of colours as well, which I think is always really good when you've got an eyeshadow palette. There's a bit in there for everyone. Louise Rowe has made cheek blush palette, and I think this is the one that I'm a little bit like more wary of, is the fact that they are cream blushes and I've never used a cream blush. I suffer from rosacea, so I think powder and something that's a bit more matte is a bit more me, rather than something that can be kind of dragged on my skin. I like things that are more like placed. I mean, this is probably just a really bad assumption for me, but I'm actually willing to give this a go and see if Louise Rowe can change my mind. There are loads of different colours here. I actually reckon you could probably use some of these on your lips, to be fair, and give yourself a little bit of a lip tint. Nice browns, nudes, neutrals, up to pinks, and really daring colours. What I like about all of these palettes is that this is makeup for everybody. It doesn't matter what your skin colour, skin texture, skin tones, but you can use any of these, and I really like that they have really broadened the audience, so like literally everyone can just get on board and enjoy the same makeup, which I think is incredible, and I'm so here for it. Well done, Pixi. Big thumbs up from me so far. So let's get cracking on to doing a look. So I'll move closer to you guys because I'm getting involved in the makeup now. First, I think I'm going to go for the eyes, because once I've done my base makeup I normally go for my eyes. I'm just going to kind of stick to that kind of routine, and I'm going to be using this palette. Obviously I think I'm going to go for quite a warm texture. I don't know why, I'm just feeling, I'm really loving all the warm tones, especially these bottom two rows here. These, I'm just in love with them. These are just neutrals that I am here for, and I'm ready to die for, so I think I'm going to definitely jump on board and use some of these and just create like a nice little warm toned look. I also really like on the back of the packaging that they have the names of all the colours, which are quite cool, rather than actually having like the names written under the colour. So this is actually quite handy for me. As I'm talking to you guys, I can see what colour I'm using. So speaking of that, I think I'm going to go for this shade here, which is Soft Fade, which is quite an appropriate colour, which is quite an appropriate name actually, considering the look I'm going for. If you can see that, the only thing I can kind of say is that there's quite a lot of fallout already, and I have just lightly tapped in with my brush. But I mean, let's not mock before you even try it. Like, good things could be coming. I'm just going to go gently into the crease of my eye, that colour. I'm not being too careful because this is one colour that I think can be blended right out into the brow arch. Ooh. How pigmented is that though already? And that is literally just a few dabs of my brush. And this is called Daily Dose, this one right here. And I'm just gonna go right into the crease, just kind of darken it up, just right in the corner there. Next colour I'm using is this one right here, and this is called Foxy, and I'm just going to drag that all over the top of my lid. Lastly, I'm going to go in with this one right here, which is called Sassy, and I'm just going to kind of drag that to the middle of my lid. Not really creating a spotlight, but just want a little bit of shimmer just in the middle of my eye. I love how in this palette there are a mixture of mattes and shimmers, which I think is essential with a lot of palettes. You need a mixture of both mattes and shimmers, especially, you know, you want a little bit of diversity nowadays. You know, you don't want to just be stuck with like a one-tone palette. Love how this eye look has turned out. It's really warm and toasty. It's looking quite casual, you know, like nothing too dramatic, nothing too statement-y, nice and subtle, which I'm not gonna lie is kind of the opposite of how I normally do my eye makeup. But it's 2022, guys, I'm here for a change maybe, and I really like how this eye look has went. There was quite a bit of fallout though, if you can see under here. I'm not surprised, to be fair, because there was quite a bit of fallout from the actual product. But I feel like you do got to kind of give it a little blow just to stop all that kind of fallout. So I think I'm gonna have to patch up my face a little bit and I'll be back. Ta-da! Face patched up. Let's move on to contour now. I'm using, obviously, Denise has made this contour palette. Love how there's a few sparkly highlights in there, matte highlighting, and then the rest obviously just contouring. Contouring is one of them things where I'm kind of like nervous about. I think I'm gonna go for, let's go for this one here, which is called Kathmandu. Let's try Kathmandu. If it's not dark enough, I can always darken it with this one here called Spice. So let's give Kathmandu a little go. There is quite a bit of fallout as well on this palette. I'm not too sad about it, to be fair. These things happen. Contouring is like the one thing that kind of scares me a little bit, you know, like trying a new product, because oh my god, that is quite dark. Oh my god. I was actually worrying that wasn't going to be dark enough, but oh god. Right, okay. On to the other side. Where I get quite nervous doing contouring because I'm not too sure like on colouring, or if it's going to make us look stupid, or like the colour isn't going to look nice on me. Try and blend this out a little bit. So I think I'm actually like taking a risk by trying a new contouring palette, because I think my Morphe contour palette I've had for about 2 or 3 years now, and I've just stuck with it because I know it works for me. But I suppose change is good as the rest. It's always nice trying new things as well. Oh my god. Well, this side doesn't look that bad. I'm quite here for how this side looks, but this side is a bit I want to see if I can rescue that. It's looking a little bit better. Just note to self, Carly, when you're contouring with this palette, easy strokes, easy strokes. Stop being so heavy-handed. It's my fault because I am so heavy-handed with everything I do. Obviously I've just went in heavy-handed with this and I forgot that this is quite good pigmentation on these products, as you can tell. But yeah, I'm quite here for the colouring actually. But next I'm using the product that I'm most worried about, and this is the cream blush. This is the first time I'll ever be using cream blush. I'm not sure if it'll be last either. We'll find out. I just need to pick a colour what I think will be best for me. None of these crazy toned reds. I think these will look quite good on the lips actually. These aren't really my kind of blush colours. Personally, I think I actually might try this one right here, which is called Try Me. It's quite relevant. Got some colour on the brush. Wish me luck. And I'm just going to kind of dab on my face because I'm not too sure how this is going to look. Just so you guys know that I haven't set my foundation or concealer with any powder because I knew that I was using a cream blush, and usually when you set your makeup with a powder it can go kind of cakey when you use cream on top of that, or it kind of like drags a little bit, which is kind of my worst fear. But I think that's why I kind of stay away from the cream products, because I like to set my face quite a bit. So, but actually I'm quite here for that blush. It's really quite subtle. Don't know, maybe I need a little bit more on. Look at me, like never used cream blush in my life, and now I'm saying, oh, I think I might need a little bit more. Oh. You know what? I quite like it. You know what? I've been so put off using cream blushes for so long. Thank you so much, Lovey's Row, because I feel like I've been converted. The cream blush might be the one for me, you know. Last up, makeup by Denise, her gorgeous highlighting palette. I think this is possibly my favourite out of the whole collection with the Pixi Pretties collab. I just love a good highlight, and there's just so many good options here. You know, you could put pop that on top of your eyeshadow to kind of give it a little bit of a shine on your inner corners. I'm going to go for this centre highlight right here, which is called Icing. It's a bit pink to be icing, to be fair, but I like my icing pink. So I've got my usual really soft brush, just gliding it over, highlight really quite subtly. I know how pigment highlighter is. Don't want to be too dramatic. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that. Oh. Look at the sheen on that. That is popping. Oh my god. Oh my god. I am obsessed with that highlight. I am obsessed with that highlight. Look at the popping. It's such a high glam. You know what, look, if you look at that, look, take a look at that. This is one I've used. There's not even a dint out of it. It looks like I've barely touched it. Yeah, I have got a highlight like this coming from it. Oh my god. I know that highlighting pigmentation is normally like the strongest, but this, whoa, I am sold. I think this is going to be my new favourite highlighting palette. Oh my god, why haven't I tried this collection earlier? Oh, stupid me. And then we have it, a full face of Pixi Pretties makeup. Final thoughts. Okay, so I'm actually kicking myself a little bit. Why has it taken me so long to get these palettes out of the corner of my room and do a makeup look with them? Because I feel like this look could have saved me all summer. I could have transformed it into autumn and then maybe dabbled a little bit in the winter with it. So I'm kind of kicking myself right now that these great palettes have been sat in the corner of my bedroom collecting dust for a little while, and I've neglected them and haven't done as much as I possibly could have with them. Kicking myself a little bit now, but I'm so glad that I've finally got around to using them, because wow, I'm obsessed with this look. Wow. Cream blush, I love. The contouring's really good, really. Every single product in this collection is highly pigmented. It's really strong. I think it's going to be long lasting, because it's just there. Vibrant, noticeable. A little goes a long way, definitely. I wish I had opened these products earlier. I really do. They've just been sat in the corner of my room collecting dust. I'm kicking myself a little bit at the fact that I could have worn this makeup. I could have done an autumn look, could have kind of transformed it into winter and then brought it through into the spring, which I'm going to be doing now, obviously. So yeah, I'm kind of kicking myself that it's took us this long to actually create this makeup look, but it's better late than never, isn't it, guys? Like I said earlier. Overall, I'm really happy with this look and these products. So please like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!